Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel where we review anything and everything. And today we are getting into, this is another knife review. This is known as the Civivi Hyperpulse. Link's gonna be in the description down below where you can purchase this on Amazon. It's roughly about $70, $70 to $75. Comes with your standard case that Civivi offers with a bunch of little swag on the inside between your manual and warranty, your sticker of a knife, just some extra little swag that comes with it or marketing, and a little booklet of other knives that could be purchased. This is a nice carrying case, not for you to carry on your person, but I would say more of like a storage case where you have it stored at home. And it's nice that it comes with that. I can tell you that that really doesn't come at an extra cost because I recently compared two knives, a Civivi knife and a Civivi Mini Praxis and the Kaiser Nice Guy, which both are $30, and the Kaiser did not come with that, and they're both the same price. So that makes me feel that that probably cost them next to nothing to put inside. So it's awesome that they're able to include it, you know, without it costing you anything. I don't think the cost comes to you when they put that in there, to be honest with you. I made that comparison just simply to say that I believe that's free. So it's nice that it comes inside the package for free. Because that really doesn't cost anything relative to, like I said, the two knives where one came with it and one didn't. The cloth comes with it, microfiber cloth for you wiping down your knife. This is a button lock system as opposed to a liner lock. So it's something to get used to if you aren't. Like I said, this is a little bit more premium than the Civivi Mini Praxis or even the Kaiser Nice Guy that I previously reviewed. Here you could see it's aluminum scales or aluminum framing and handle. They have these kind of aesthetic holes here, whatever you want to call them. You have three here and then the three larger ones and the two ones there, but those are actually functional because those are for the clip, but the pocket clip. But what's interesting is by continuing these holes here, it gives that aesthetic that these holes are just matching these, when in actuality these actually have a function. So I thought that was very interesting. And obviously on this side you're not going to pay as much mind to it because you have the pocket clip, but here it just makes it look more balanced having the three holes there. Obviously you can see too that the the Civivi branding is there, but this time it's shiny, as on the Mini Praxis it was just all in black. Here you have two ways to open it. You have the thumb stud and you have the flipper on the back. And I got to get used to the button lock, but it definitely, I think it's a better experience and less wear on your thumb. I actually got this cut from constantly flipping out and putting back, retracting my Civivi Mini Praxis and trying to do it in a fast way. The fact that when you do that and you, oops. I apologize, you guys. One of my lights went out, so I'm gonna have to work with what I have. But going back to what I was saying is that you don't have a liner lock inside this one, so you don't have to worry about that. I ended up running into an issue where I said I was constantly like pulling it out, then flipping it back in and whatnot with the Mini Praxis. And what ended up happening is I ended up cutting my thumb. When you try to do it fast like that, you could have something like that happen. Or, you know, if you're a beginner at it, I'm sure people who do it all the time might not be so bad with it, but I didn't really like the mechanism. Was also, I did it in the comparison with the Kaiser, how I didn't really like the mechanism on that with the Civivi Praxis. With this type of mechanism, you're less likely to run that risk because your thumb is nowhere near the blade as it comes back in. I mean, you do got to get used to it in terms of retracting it and making it land without that little bounce, which this is new to me, but nonetheless, I think it's definitely a more safer mechanism, at least in my opinion. With that being said, like I said before, the nice steel on this is 14C28N, and I don't really know where that stands in the lineup of things, but it might be considered above Nitro V Steel, but I know it's within that comparison of Nitro V Steel, D2, and itself, the 14C28N. They're all somewhere in that ballpark of similar quality steel. And I think each one has different properties that might make one, you know, better than the other for certain things. Here you can have, like I said before, you have the holes here, including the little holes that line up here, just for the aesthetics. And obviously these ones are for the clip, as I mentioned. Other than that, I think it's a really nice knife. I'm a big fan already. I like the look of it. It was in a little bit more of their premium line. I don't want to say it's high premium, but it's definitely mid-level versus, say, the Mini Praxis, because this one runs for about $70 to $75, where that one ran for $30, and it has some more of the premium features like aluminum scaling versus the G10, which is apparently price-wise, the aluminum is going to be considered more expensive from what I've seen on Amazon as you climb the ladder of expenses. So link's going to be in the description, as I said below. Check it out. I think it's nice. As always, you guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.